Tonight, Tinolang Manok, a soup as old as the Filipino kitchen itself. From the islands of the Visayas and every province beyond them, where a pot of ginger and water and a single hen has meant comfort and healing for as long as anyone can remember. Clear, warming, clean. The bowl a Filipino home reaches for when someone needs to be cared for. There is no dish more gentle than tinola. No frying, no browning for its own sake, no heavy sauce to hide behind. Only a hen poached low, a great deal of ginger, the luya, and whatever the garden gives. Green papaya, the young leaves of the chili plant. It is the food of new mothers and of the sick and of cold, rainy nights. When the body is tired, this is the bowl a Filipino home sets before you. Not to impress, to restore. 4 servings, 20 minutes of preparation, 45 minutes over a low fire, 65 minutes all told. 2.5 pounds of whole chicken cut into pieces, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, the patis, 2 ounces of ginger, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 yellow onion, then the garden, 1 green papaya, 1 cup of chili pepper leaves, 5 cups of water, a single spoon of oil. Almost nothing, and yet everything the tired body needs. Begin with the ginger, 2 ounces of it peeled and sliced thin. The luya, the soul of this soup. Into a deep pot with a single spoon of oil over a medium flame, the garlic beside it, the onion chopped, folded in. Let them soften and turn golden and fill the whole kitchen with their scent. 3 minutes, no more. This is the fragrant ground on which everything else is built. Now the chicken. 2.5 pounds on the bone, cut into serving pieces. Lay them into the warm aromatics and let them settle against the heat. Turn them slowly, only now and then, until the surface loses its rawness and takes on the palest gold. You are not searching for a crust here, only for the first quiet handshake between the meat and the ginger and the fire. Then the patis, the fish sauce, 2 tablespoons poured along the side of the pot and stirred through the chicken. Let it cook, just 2 minutes, until its sharpness softens and settles into something deep and savory and round. This is the seasoning of the islands. A little of the sea turned to salt and umami over long, patient months, waking the whole pot up from the inside. Now the water, 5 cups poured in cold. Bring it up slowly until the first large bubbles break the surface, and then at once bring it back down to a whisper, to a bare, trembling simmer. And here is the patience of tinola. As the broth moves, a pale foam gathers at the edges. Skim it away gently, spoonful by spoonful. This is how the broth stays clear. Never a hard boil, never hurried, only kept quietly, just below the point of breaking. Let it simmer uncovered for 30 minutes until the chicken loosens from the bone and the broth turns golden and fragrant. Then the green papaya, one whole fruit peeled, its seeds scraped away, cut into long, clean wedges. Slip them into the pot. 10 minutes more until a fork slides through them without resistance, and they turn from hard and pale to soft and almost translucent. And last, the greens. 1 cup of chili pepper leaves, the dahon ng sili, the tender young leaves of the chili plant, mild and faintly green. Stir them in. Then turn off the flame at once. Lay the lid across the pot and let the leaves wilt in the soup's own held heat. 2 minutes, no more. They keep their color and their life and the faint garden edge that finishes the whole bowl. The name is not a thing. It is an act. Tinola comes from an old word for this very way of cooking. To simmer gently in a clear and seasoned broth. Not to fry, not to stew into darkness, only to coax and to poach and to keep the liquid honest. And at its center, always, is the ginger, the luya. Across the islands, it is the root of warmth, pressed into tea for a cough, into broth for a fever, into the pot of the new mother recovering her strength. Tinola is that belief made into a meal. You will find this soup in every corner of the country, but its gentleness belongs especially to the home. In the Visayas and in Iloilo and in 1,000 kitchens beyond them, tinola is not party food. It is not for feasts. It is the pot that appears when the rain will not stop, when a child comes home shivering, when someone at the table is unwell and needs to be built back up, one clear spoonful at a time. Every culture keeps one dish like this, a soup that means, rest now. Someone is looking after you. And this humble bowl carries a quiet fame. It opens the pages of the most famous novel the Philippines has ever written. A book from the 1880s that helped a nation find its own voice. In its very first chapter, at a grand and glittering dinner, it is tinola that is served. The soup of ordinary homes set upon the table of the powerful. In the story, the finest pieces go to some, and only the neck and the wing to another. A small, sharp lesson in who is truly welcome. That a plain chicken soup could carry all of that is exactly why it has never been forgotten. Look again at what goes into the pot. A green papaya, a fruit picked before it can ripen into something sweet, when it is still firm and pale and good for almost nothing else. And the leaves of the chili plant, the part most cooks would throw away, This is the old wisdom of the islands, that the unripe and the overlooked and the nearly discarded can become the very best of a dish. Some homes reach for the leaves of the malunggay instead, the mah-NOHK, the little tree that grows in every yard. Either way, the lesson is the same. Nothing green and living need ever go to waste. Ladle it out, steaming, into a wide, shallow bowl. The gold broth first, then a piece of chicken falling from its bone, the soft wedges of papaya, the dark green leaves drifting at the surface. Some will spoon it over hot white rice. Others will drink it plain, with both hands around the bowl. There is no wrong way. There never was. This is the soup that asks for nothing and gives back everything. A little ginger, a little patience, a hen, some water, and the leaves from the garden. And out of so little, warmth enough to heal a whole tired house. And the table at last is set.